YouTube, what's happening? I've put 4 weeks worth of heavy bag work on these gloves because I think that's the best way and the most abuse you can do or use on gloves to see how they perform and whether they can handle protecting your hands. I go with the theory that boxing gloves are made to protect your hands. So the major parts of your hands that you need protecting is your wrist and your knuckles and the tiny bones inside them. Okay, I'll go with cosmetics first and then we'll go structure and how it feels. Okay, after 4 weeks, so I've been on the heavy bags for 4 weeks, 3 to 4 times a week, about 20 plus minutes each round. I put on a few videos before this to show you I'm actually hitting the bags, and to me, I'm putting in some work. If more than happy for you to look at those videos and comment. Always open to improvement. Okay, so let's go to cosmetics first. Straight away looking at the gloves, the red dye, you can see that bit of contact, it's slowly wearing off. I don't have a problem. It shows me these bad boys have been used and actually can tell me where I've been in contact. Okay, so can you see that? Yep, so just around here. And these bits, if you're caring about stitching, I reckon the stitching is top notch. You can see a bit of stretching here, and there's a bit of a dye transferring to the strap, but I am not bothered too much about that. And you look on the inside. Well, it's only 4 weeks, so it looks brand new on the inside. Where the contact is, that's where it looks like it's had some use, and that's what it's supposed to look like. So you can see that also is wearing off the paint, well, not paint, the dye, and these bits, hopefully you can see. If you cannot, you got to take my word for it. All these bits, no contact, looks brand new. Everything on here looks brand new. And of course, yeah, here, brand new. So I use the lace and loop because I wanted to try laces, and I was told that unless you have friends to help you lace them up, don't get laces. So I'm one of those stubborn nuts who want to try different things to see whether what people say is true or not. So if it is not true and I can take advantage of those circumstances, I will. So I've used this system, this ratcheting system, where I've got a video out on how this works. So I can literally put laces on myself, and you can see in all the videos prior to this. So I have no problems with laces, no problem at all. Okay, now to the structure and design of this. I think the person who designed this, Edgar, shout out to you, you legend. First thing, this is the most prominent bit. You can see the wrist is puffy and slightly dense, like a thicker pillows, to basically hold your wrist like that. So it's like a clasp. I think this is one of the standing up designs of the boxing glove. It holds my small, tiny wrist and forearm in place and gives me confidence not to hurt me. I have to admit, if I hit too hard and at the wrong angle on the heavy bag, I am reminded of a little you know that feeling, like buddy. But besides that, I reckon I love this part. I can see those with bigger forearms and stronger wrists. This might be a hindrance or will not make any difference. For me, not so strong. Look at my wrist, yeah. So I really like this. Next, the thumb for me, I understand some people have longer thumbs. So if I do this, that's what my thumb looks like. I have never had problems with any gloves with my thumb. So if I do this, everything hides away. So I reckon I got small or slightly medium small fist. So I guess benefit to myself. So far, no gloves have been a problem for me with like stabbing or jabbing or like feeling uncomfortable. This bit. So if I put my hands in there, initially this bit I was made aware of, but as the use went on, it just expanded and I completely forgot that that was even a thing. Okay, next, what else? Because of the design of this, you can see this already is far apart. So I think that is great for people who want good wrist support. So when you winch this, it actually snugs and holds your wrist in a tight sensation so that this doesn't move and twinge like that. So those of you who need wrist support, look for those who have bigger gaps here and not already touching. So that's my take. I say again, those of you who want wrist support, this design is good because there's a big space here. It allows you to push this together and give you an even greater wrist support. Okay, next. On the inside, I was a bit hesitant because it's pure just cloth. It's literally sponge underneath and cloth all the way. And I was like, ooh, there's not much padding. My sensitive knuckles might pay the price. Okay, again, if you saw my first video using this, I was literally winching because this is pretty raw. Yeah, there's no padding to cushion your fist when you have impact. It's literally your knuckles and your door knuckles, every part of sticking out is rubbing against the leather. So you are made aware of every single part of your protruding fist. So the first session, man, these puppies, they're like, get me out of here. So you could see my face winching. I was like, this hurts. But I persevered. By the fourth bag workout, it was expanded and it was good. So after the fourth workout, I'm like, damn, there's something happening here. So I don't know if it's just because of the latex they use, the thickness of latex is used, the density of the latex, or the actual conical shape of this, which acts like a suspension. Imagine a trampoline, when you bounce on it and you hit this. I don't know if this structure helps protect your hands, because the more I use this, the better it felt, the more confident I could lay it in and hit hard. And so the more and more I got to use this, the more I loved it. Like, I love these gloves. The first one, if you watch my video, I was like, why did I buy this? I'm in so much pain. But after the fourth workout, man, So I don't know. I wish someone of you comment, please. I don't know what happened, whether it's the density of this latex or the structure of this conical thing or this slanty bit or everything. Something happened and I just kept hitting hard and it just kept me protected. So if the function of boxing gloves are to protect my wrists and knuckles, successful, 100%. Okay. So say again, there's the first punch on the bags was painful, and I was like, man, I realized how much other people have conditioned their fists. I don't know if you can see my fingers now. Can you see these are now like my pride. I worked through the wuss in me, the pain, and now I'm like, I don't want to stop using these gloves. They are so good. So when I hit hard, there is a bounce back or a bounce to this, which I didn't know I liked, but I do. Okay, so what else? So would I recommend anybody using this? Yes, I would highly recommend you trying this. I don't know if this is an indicative of all Mexican gloves. I do not think so. I think the design with the specific latex density and thickness makes the difference. Because different Mexican gloves are made differently. Some have a very soft wrist support, and I don't like that. I want my wrist to feel like a piston. There's no weak points in there, so I can just go bang. Okay. Yeah, stitching is good. Leather's held up. Well, it's only for a week, so who knows. And oh yes, because now it's getting warmer. Initially I couldn't smell the leather of this. Now every morning when I wake up, I walk near these gloves, the smell of leather is nice. It's like, I do like the smell of that. So, would I recommend this to people? Hell yeah. Those who have a knuckle or wrist problem might have a problem breaking them in, but I think if you can find a way to get through those first 4 or 5 bag sessions, these gloves would suddenly surprise you and make you want to use them more. I'm used to cushy padding inside, so when I grip, there's a lot of padding inside here. This is very raw inside. It's like pure scaffolding. So when you do that, there was space before, but then after I got used to the gloves, put it in, that became the space. And there's another pipe. It's not piping, it's like PVC, like, you know, those wire insulation. That's the best way I can describe it. Or maybe just a lump of cotton that is just in your fingers there. So now when I do that, the initial space or the initial sponge that other gloves have in there is replaced by that kind of a rod or whatever that I still can't figure out what that is. Maybe it's just cotton rolled into a tube, and this grip bar. So they both combine and make it, I have something to hold and maintain my fist. I initially thought, because there's so much, because my wrist can move a bit left and right, and Edgar designed it that way because he said he wanted to be able to fit bigger hands too. But because this grips, once you grip tight, you're not going to move anywhere with this. My thumb goes right there. So if I slot it right in, so if my fingers are at the tips and I go my knuckles are flush here, my thumb is there. So I don't know if you lads with longer thumbs might find that a problem. I hope not, but for me, all gloves fit me. That's my wrist. That's the bottom of my wrist, and I did use knuckle padding. I did use knuckle padding wraps provided by Edgar when you buy these gloves. So when you buy these gloves, he will give you his knuckle attached to wraps. I used it entirely for this 4 weeks to minimize any knuckle. So that's your knuckles there. So that will be your, see that, so if that's your knuckles there, see, can you see that? It is very spongy, springy in a good way. I liked it. I like this. I know some of you lads don't like the bouncy feeling, but I liked it. See, it's dense that it takes a lot for me to get there. So okay, to sum it up, I do love these gloves. Edgar, you legend, you beauty. Keep the quality of these gloves up. I don't have any complaints about this. The structure of them is held for 4 weeks. The leather smells good. I love the welted seams. The stitching is holding its own. Though at these bits, you know, you can see slowly, but I'm not too fast. If this survives me 2 years, hopefully, yeah. The thumb is good, the fingers are good. I reckon this is a special thing. The fact that this is designed already apart and you can winch it together, that would help a lot with your wrist support. And you will very quickly get used to the roughness of going. It's not so rough, it's just very raw. There's no padding to cushion your fingers. So yeah, that's it. So hopefully that covers everything. If anything is not covered, put in the comments below, ask me a question. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Highly recommend these gloves. If you wanted to get yourself a pair of Mexican gloves, you've never tried them, get this one first. But these ones are pretty raw and will get to your knuckles. If you want to experience that, the more I got used to it, I'm like, I'm a man now. I love these Mexican rough gloves. But if you don't want to go through that process and you want just straight away plush, cushy kind of a protection, these are not the gloves for you. Okay, but those of you who want to have a go, want to have good quality boxing gloves from Mexico, these are the ones. Till next time.